Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Ivan Stock Talks, and today I'm gonna talk about Disney. Not a rant, but on my opinion about dividends. I do not do technical analysis, right? I just buy the S&P 500. And by the way, do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to know how my investment goes against dividend investors or dividend stocks. I just buy the S&P 500. So if you don't mind, checking that out, subscribe to the channel. And I noticed that, for example, the stock was up, right, this morning or last night after earnings goes up. Then the stock it goes down. If you love Disney, right? If you love Disney, if you believe in the company, when the stock drops like that, I think it's good for you because you get to buy more shares. And if this is like a long-term stuff, if this is like a long term, then you don't mind if the stock goes up and down because you really think that Disney, to get business, that Disney is not gonna go nowhere, right? I mean, who doesn't love Mickey Mouse and other Disney movies and whatnot? But it's mind blowing that the stock went up. It beat its earnings, which is a good thing for Disney investors. But then it dropped, and then I saw the CEO talking to, MSNBC or Yahoo Finance, whatever, and I'll provide the link. And it's mind-boggling that it's shocking that as big as Disney is, they beat their earnings because they have Hulu and they have Disney Plus. Like barely because of Hulu, but mostly because of Disney Plus. And we're not factoring, the other stuff that Disney has, like, merchandise, the Disney park, etc. Like, this is why I wouldn't call myself a dividend investor or a value investor or whatever you want to call it on the books. My thesis is that I buy the S&P 500 and I don't have to worry about none of this. If Disney is in the S&P 500, okay with that. If it's not, then forget about it. This is like, I'm a long-term investor. Like, I buy the S&P 500 because I believe in the United States economy, in the United States companies. I believe, in the United States. And that's why my main investment is the S&P 500. That's all I have to worry about. All I have to worry about is, hopefully that everything goes okay with the USA economy, and I invest in this fund, and I get to buy all these companies. Because when you put your money like in Disney, that it goes up and down, and especially if you do not go with their policies, whatever they're doing policy wise, you invest your money there. It's and not just there, in any company. Let's say like McDonald's or Pfizer or Starbucks. Like, I hate that feeling. I personally hate that feeling where, I buy a stock or company, it goes down. If it's the S&P 500, it's okay. I'm not buying one company. I'm buying over 500 companies or 500 companies. Like, I'm very diversified. And that's what I tell myself, and I tell my journey, because this is my journey. I do not take this personal. Every investor is a personal decision. So I don't want to sound like I'm ranting against dividend investors. This is my journey, my thesis, my thought process. I'd rather invest in the S&P 500 and just let it run there for long term. Because, for example, let's say you buy 4 or 5 companies, right? 4 out of the 5 can go bankrupt, or or to zero and whatnot, right? And some of them might stay, but at least one of them is gonna skyrocket, right? Like, oh, I invested X amount, and this one company, exploded, over the long term. Well, I don't have to do that. Like, I just put my money into the S&P 500, into SPLG or VOO or VTI. So, and you let this fund take off. Just put all your money in there, and you don't have to worry. Okay, I put X amount, a certain percentage into these 5 companies because I know they're good, because I know their track record, etc., etc., etc. I just buy this fund and just wait for the fund to take off. And that's why I do not like like Disney, for that matter. I literally, like, do people even watch TV anymore? Like, I know a bunch of people, most of my peers do not have Netflix, or if they do have Netflix, they say that the Netflix is garbage right now. Like, I have Netflix because of my wife and kids. Otherwise, I would, cancel my Netflix subscription, because Netflix has become, it's for me, Netflix is garbage. Like, I'd rather spend my time elsewhere than watching, pure garbage on Netflix. So I buy the S&P 500, and I don't have to worry about this. If companies come and go, let them come and go, and let the market decide. I don't have to choose between Nvidia, or if I'm buying Microsoft, then I'm gonna switch to Nvidia because Nvidia is doing better. And once investors start selling off Nvidia, then another company is gonna come along the way, and then they're gonna stop investing into Nvidia, and then they're gonna start investing into this new company. I do not want to do that. I want to buy the entire fund. I buy when it's up, and I buy when it's down. This is a long-term investment for me. It's not about, I want to get a total return. I want the market's total return, not a company's total return. I want the market's, the broad market total return. That's what I want. That's what I seek. And just to end out this video, going back to Disney, it's horrible that their main, because they beat their earnings, is because they made a profit on their Disney app or Hulu, and they even talking about raising the price. Like, do you, like, are you able, do you still feel like in a good position that you can raise prices? And the CEO said, yes, we are willing to raise prices. So their their earnings is not organic. They have to increase prices for their earnings to grow. This is my 2 cents. You do what you want with your money. Me, I stick to the S&P 500. And if you're young, get into an aggressive growth ETF. If you're young, aggressive, like literally aggressive growth ETF, and let the market do its thing. Thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe. Like I said, if you want to find out more about my channel, how it goes, my investments against the other investments, this is the channel for you, because I literally I'm fed up with dividend investing and with individual stocks. I got fed up. I did my trial and errors, and I'd rather have the S&P 500 and let it ride. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.